Whatever you're into when it comes to sports, you can find it right here. Now, play my intro. Now it's time for the Robb Johnson Sports Show, presented by Robb Johnson Media and the Legacy Maker Sports Network. What is going on, good people? Welcome to the Robb Johnson Sports Show, episode 73. I know this is a Tuesday, but hey, we're here. Me, Larry Patterson, Game Time Sports Network. The man is doing a whole bunch of work. Larry, tell him what you're doing, man, because you're doing a bunch of work out there. If you are not following Larry Patterson, Game Time Sports Network, you are missing out. The highlights, the interviews, etc., etc. You are missing out. Let them know.
Yeah, man, Game Time Sports Network. Actually, Game Time 365 Sports on Instagram. Just go by my name, Larry Patterson. That's where I'm putting all my stuff anyway. But you can still go ahead and follow that Game Time Sports Network anyway. It's free.
My man said it's free.
It's free for the people that just want to continue to just come by and look at the page and not go by to follow. Yeah, it's
Share
all good.
button is free, dog.
I know you see it. I know you see it. But yeah, man, all the high school games that I'm covering, I'm trying to just bring a new dynamic to the area, trying to make sports matter, high school sports matter around here. We single-handedly trying to do this shit, and yeah, man.
Who you got Friday,
I
bro?
think it's going way.
Who you got Friday?
Friday, it's going to be Greensville at Nottoway.
Should be a good game. I
know. To see Anton Carter Jr. He had a good game last week, 2 touchdowns, and this week I think it's going to be a good one. So, yeah.
Yeah, Nottoway should win that game. I got New Kent and Grafton. Last week I had Charles City and Lancaster. So this week for the newspaper, I got New Kent and Grafton. Should be an interesting game. Now, our first topic, Larry, we're going to talk real quick, just talk some MLB. Your thoughts so far on this race? Right now, the Mets are half a game out behind the Braves. Let's see if I can get some more of these standings. Of course, the Orioles are still a half game behind the New York Yankees. Guardians only, the Minnesota Twins are only down 3.5 games. The Astros, they've wrapped up their division. I know the season doesn't end until the 29th, but they look like they wrapped it up. The Phillies up 7 games. The Brewers are up 10 games on the Cubs. That's over with. And the Padres are 5 behind the Dodgers. What is your synopsis so far of just the most important thing going on in these MLB races right now?
My most important thing, the AL East between the Yankees and the Orioles is going to go down until potentially the last series of the year. By the Orioles, like you spoke on, being a half game out, you can see that going back and forth every week. With Cleveland, hey, you had the Royals that were up 2.5. I want to say like last week. Now they're back 4.5. You got the Twins back 3.5. That 3-man race right there. Let's make it interesting.
Yeah.
And then like you said with the Astros, hey man, they were way back before, and then they came back and they took that thing over. Already 6 games up. Like, can you believe it? You can't. Well, you can't say they can't believe it, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, you got the Phillies. It look like they wrapping that thing up. The Brewers had that thing wrapped up like 2 months ago, and then the Dodgers. I'm gonna say this. We saw the Diamondbacks and what they did last year. Going within this last month, don't be shocked if they come close within the Dodgers and the Padres as well. So that's what for the divisions, and then for the wild card, that thing's been changing for you got the Mets half a game back, with the Braves, and then the Cubs 3.5, Cardinals 5.5. I don't count these teams out until it's over because you know for yourself, these numbers change quick, throughout the week, and then the American League wild card. Who we got? Boston 4.5 out. I mean, they're still going to contend, and they got to get a little consistent. But hey.
Do you when you look at Seattle, they were up in this division all year, and as you see, Darrell Owens, part owner extraordinaire, legacy maker, Sports Network, he said, "Damn Mariners, shake my head." When you look at the Mariners at this point, and I'm just being serious about this, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being dead serious. Are they cursed? Are they one of the? Are they a top five of the most cursed franchises in sports? Because it looks like every time they are in the position to start winning, bad things happen. Francisco goes down. I believe in Francisco goes down with the injury. They start falling apart. I believe they were up like what 8, 9 games at one point. Like, what is going on with the Mariners, man? Like, why can't the Mariners just break through?
They definitely look like they
10-game
were.
lead gone. Yep, 10 game. 10-game lead.
Yeah, they definitely look like they were about to run away with that thing, and then it's like with how Stephen is compared to the Cowboys. It's like with the Mariners in the NL in the AOS. It's like what can go wrong will go wrong, and it's like damn, you were up. And I understand things happen with injuries and stuff. It's like the Astros came way back here and they said, you know what, we got this. We
But
will show
didn't
you how to do this.
but didn't we warn everybody though? I can't.
We did.
I'm gonna go back and find that footage. I had to be around late July. It was no. It was around late June before the All-Star break, and we basically said, be very careful with the Astros. And let me ask you about the Astros. All right, I kind of compare this to now. You know the Yankees are trying to get to the World Series, right? And Darrell Owens, he's a Packers fan, so he knows all about this. In 1997, the Packers, I believe, had not beat the Cowboys in 9 straight games. They beat the Carolina Panthers in the NFC Championship game. And to this day, even though I can't get Darrell or a lot of Packers fans to admit online or to my face, I know that they want to beat Dallas to get to that NFC Championship game. I'm not to that Super Bowl. I'm not saying that it kind of scarred it a little bit, but if you're the New York, and I kind of translate to this, if you're the New York Yankees, let's say you go to the World Series, right? And let's say that you win the World Series, but you don't beat Houston on the way in. Don't you want? Darrell Owens said, "I wanted Dallas." See, I got him to admit it. He said he wanted Dallas. Now, as a Yankees fan, let's be 100% transparent here. You know what the Astros have done to you guys. Do you want the Astros on your road to a World Series? Be honest with me here now today.
You want me to be honest?
Yes.
Hell no.
But why is that?
No.
But why is that? Are you kind of in the realm of, hey, we want to beat Houston, but we don't want to see them because we kind of know what they've done to us in the past? Is that it?
It's like this. Is okay if we able to face Houston, if we just so happen to face Houston and get to the World Series, then hey, that'll even add more icing on the cake. But if we're able to dodge Houston, like shit, yeah. No, I don't want to face them because they have been our Achilles heel. Yeah.
So if the Yankees do face Houston and you beat them, is that almost? It's almost like the Red Sox in '04, where I'm not saying that the Cardinals championship didn't mean anything, but beating the Yankees on the road to that almost felt like it meant so much more. Would beating Houston almost be as satisfying as a championship?
Yeah, it would. It would. Because you beat the team that's been holding you back. Or that you just can't get over the hump. Yeah, so that, like I said, that'll add more icing to the cake. But if you can dodge them, which I don't think, because teams around this time,
Yeah,
when
man.
they're hot, they're rolling into the postseason hot. So if we're able to knock them off, yeah, I love it. But if we're able to not play them and get to the World Series, hey, say what you want. We in the World Series, man.
I have to agree with you on that. Now, in your opinion, to end this regular season, who do you think can get hot and make a run? Do you think?
Who do I think can get? I would like to see. I know we talked about Kansas City before. We've been
Yeah.
talking about them pretty much all season, but
Oh, they're dangerous, man. All
they
the
can
credit to
get
you.
hot,
All the credit to you.
if they can get hot like in the season, I don't know the rest, but go into the playoffs really hot, and they worked their magic in the postseason before. Actually, 2 years in a row
Yeah.
when they won the World Series, and then when they went to the World Series, and then when they won it. I think they would be one of those teams that you can look at. Also, uh, I've been talking about the San Diego Padres before,
Yeah,
and then
they're,
with the
they're a problem.
Diamondbacks,
Hmm.
we'll see, man. We'll see what happens.
I definitely think, and I'm not, and this is not to diss the American League, but I mean, when you look at the teams, you already know who it is in the AL. Man, it's the Yankees, it's the Houston Astros, possibly the Guardians, the Orioles, and all that. You kind of know who's going to come down to in the NL. Like you said, the Padres, Diamondbacks, even the Braves, very dangerous teams that could possibly make World Series runs. So we'll see how that goes.
And then people can look at it like you can. Me and you, we've been very critical of like the central teams like that. And we talked about them before, like the Guardians and the Brewers. Yeah, they lead in their
Yeah,
division. Uh, but they've been leading the division all year. But
yeah,
it's once they play those elite teams, they tend to
exactly,
fold. So until they prove
exactly.
otherwise,
That
yep.
that's a that's a great point. That's an absolutely great point. Now, moving on from MLB, let's move on to college football. Looking back at last week, man, and even last night, who was your biggest surprise, your biggest disappointment? Do you feel like from last week? I'll start first. I'm not surprised that Florida State lost these first two games because when I look at teams like Georgia Tech, they're really good, and I think that Boston College has Bill O'Brien now, so not surprised at all. But Florida State has a long way to go the rest of the season.
Mm.
I really like the way Arizona looked. That Arizona New Mexico game was really good. That was a fun game for late night. I mean, it was very exciting. Even though it was 61-39, it was very exciting. And I'll say this as well. Miami, I told you they needed to make a statement. I know you said you thought it'd been a little closer. They needed to make a statement in that game. And I'll also say this as well. Um, USC's defense is, and we'll talk about the Michigan game in a second. Well, not the Michigan game, sorry. We'll talk about the game they have coming up soon here against Utah State. But their defense was very physical. LSU better get together because they got a tough schedule. Coach Kelly, he may be on the hot seat very soon.
And
Oh
when he was
yeah,
up there in his press conference, I kind of felt bad for the guy,
yeah.
because I mean, at least he did admit, he said, I have to be better as a coach. And some coaches do not go to the limits of saying that about themselves, that they have to be better coaches. And I thought he did a great thing right there. Now, the thing with this college football playoff this year is, I mean, you can get in with like what, two losses or something like that. I think you can. So Florida State would have to lose. Florida State would have to win out, and then with Brian Kelly is with LSU, you have to have a great season. Like you can't afford any more losses. Um, what's your
Mm.
go ahead? It's like you had something on your mind.
No, 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 no. Because I'm as you're talking, no, you can go ahead and finish. Because as you're talking, I'm thinking about something. Because you hit a point that was.
But yeah, but with LSU, I wouldn't say surprised, but I was just like I was very disappointed in them. I was very disappointed with Florida State losing to Boston College. Was I surprised? No, but you would think with them losing to Georgia Tech that they would go into the next game with a little bit more fire. When we started out before the season started, and this is what I like about you putting the show together, putting the topics together, because you talk about topics like 2 weeks out,
And
two or
shout out
three
to the
weeks out.
and shout out to the fire behind us, by the way. But go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because we on fire. We both on fire. So legacy on fire. So yeah. What was I saying?
You
Talking
were just talking
about
about like some of the topics we talk about like 2 weeks out. Giving people the
yeah,
stuff before they even can see it coming. You know what I mean?
yeah. So when we was talking about uh these teams 2 weeks out, and Virginia Tech losing to Vandy, that's another one. That's another one.
Oh,
Um, uh, yeah, man. I lost my
bro, I,
the,
bro, I swear to God to you, man. We talked about Virginia Tech before the season, and I'm like, man, This team has the ability to be so good. They got Kyron drones. They got all these weapons. They're it's going to be a new era. Virginia Tech is going to go back to the Virginia Tech that they were supposed to be, and you come out and you lose to Vanderbilt.
Go off,
You come
Rob.
out, you lose to Vanderbilt. How in the hell do you even come out and lose to Vanderbilt? This was embarrassing for the Atlantic Coast Conference. The only team that really showed up was the University of Miami by beating down Florida. How do you lose to Vanderbilt? And Vanderbilt may be better this year, but if you're Virginia Tech, you've got to be better than this. You're Virginia Tech. You need to remind people who the hell you are. Go ahead, Larry. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Infuriating.
Back to the point, because we like 2 weeks before the season started, we was talking about how good Virginia Tech could potentially be. We were talking about how Florida State, like, you know, they lost a lot of talent, but with this new wave coming in, are they gonna, or will they sink, or will they swim? And so far they're sinking right now. 0-2 on the year. They're gonna have to have a strong season going forward.
It's alarming because, like I said, you're looking at a team like Virginia Tech. They got so much talent. You look at the history. You look at everything they've done in the past. This is a team that one time had Frank Beamer and Michael Vick on their same sidelines. And it's been a long time since we could really say that Virginia Tech has been relevant. I mean, it's hard, man. But like I said, you know, this is wild. Like this is gonna be wild. And Florida State, luckily for them, they do not play this upcoming week. One of the things that the ACC can probably look forward to is you have Cal, who's going to Auburn, so maybe they can beat that SEC school. But even they struggled a little bit last week. Cal did against a smaller team out in California. So it's
Florida State.
Go ahead.
Florida State schedule. So they're on a bye this week, right?
Yeah.
All right. The next week when they come back, who do they play? They play somebody.
They got Memphis, and I'm telling you now, Memphis ain't no joke. So if you come out on the 14th against Memphis, thinking, oh, this just is Memphis. No, it's a good possibility for us to be 0-3, dog. Like this is no joke. Memphis, as one of my Facebook followers, as somebody pointed out to me, Memphis could have an opportunity to make the playoff. Memphis is really, really good. Memphis is really good. So, and what Florida State showed me last night, which I have not said this about a Florida State team, I don't think ever in my life. They look soft. And I would never say it about Florida State because Florida State never looks like that. I don't know if it's the pressure. I don't know if they're still upset about the playoff. I don't know if it's the dispute with the ACC. I don't know what it is, Larry. But Florida State, man, it's sad to me because I love the Florida State brand of football. Being Miami Hurricane fan or not, the brand of Florida State football is what makes college football great. And for them to see that, what I saw last night, and Larry, it would have been something if it had been in BC. You're talking about Doak Campbell Stadium, man.
Right at
Do
home.
people understand the ramifications when you lose at Doak Campbell Stadium to Boston College? That would have been
28-13.
Can you imagine in 2000 or 2001 or 99 if that would have happened? It would have been front page news. We would have talked about it for 3 months. This is Florida State.
You don't do that in Bowden country. You don't do that in Bobby Bowden country, man.
No, you don't. Bobby Bowden, God rest his soul. God rest his soul. He is probably in his grave right now, he's in heaven right now, just upset. He has tears coming down his eyes. You made Bobby Bowden cry because that was a pitiful performance. Seriously, man, that was a pitiful performance last night. You don't come out after losing in Dublin, Ireland, and come out and play like that. DJ got to get his stuff together.
The next 2 games, Memphis at home and then Cal. Those are 2 winnable games in my opinion. But like you said, you can't sleep on Memphis. And I think you can't sleep on Cal either. But then after that, you're at SMU. At SMU.
Mm-hmm.
Then you face Clemson. Then you face Duke. Then you're on the road against Duke and Miami. So like, I don't know. Speaking of Miami, I think every time that Cam Ward does something extraordinary, I think you need to show that picture of you and Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Just a little nugget to throw.
85 yards rushing, 77 yards rushing, 73 yards rushing, and 28 yards rushing. 73 of that came from the quarterback. Cal, and see, that's the thing. And they ran for what, almost over 200 yards last night, they did? Yeah. Well, see, and you said that's a winnable game, and I get you, and I understand that. But here's what here's what a lot of people got to understand as well. In a couple of weeks, they got a running back named Jaden Oat, who's coming in. He actually beat me in PlayStation 5 at ACC Media Day, and I talked to him a few minutes at ACC Media or whatnot. He's legit. You know, he's about to break some Marshawn Lynch records this year. You know, he's about to break some records at Cal this year. Yeah, he's about to go for a big year. So yeah, Florida State better watch out, my friend. They better watch out.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Now, those are everything you have. Now let's go to week 2 of the college football season. As I bring up, we're not going to go through all of the games here. You know what? We'll go through the ACC games first. No, we won't do that. We'll go through the actual all of the FBS
through the big time games.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me go through those. Let's start on Friday. This is pretty big, but BYU at SMU. Who you got in that?
Yo, something tells me that you cannot sleep on BYU, especially. We here.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I was sitting there looking at the schedule. I'm like, the games. I'm like, I don't know, man. This looks like a little spot for SMU that could potentially lose this game here. So I don't know. I'm thinking BYU though.
I'm thinking SMU comes back home and they can win this game. This ESPN2 game on Friday night. But don't sleep on BYU. BYU is dangerous. BYU is a great team. And yeah, my friend, I'm going to give it to SMU in a close game. Another game that I think a lot of people are sleeping on because I like Duke's quarterback who came from Texas, Malik, who came from Texas. Duke against Northwestern. I don't know, man. I want to pick Northwestern. Oh, Malik Murphy. He's a quarterback who came from Texas. He's now at Duke. I think he's a game changer. I'm gonna pick Duke in this game, bro. I'm gonna pick Duke. I think Duke goes into Northwestern and wins this game.
I think Duke goes in there and wins too. Northwestern is 2.5 point favorites, but I'm gonna go with Duke.
Okay. Now we get to Saturday, big noon. Texas and Michigan. Quinn Ewers is trying to keep his job. He is trying to think of the best name. You know he is. He's the Leach. What's the young man's name? It was Leach from Florida, who was a quarterback, but Tim Tebow was on the sidelines.
Chris Leach.
Yeah, Chris Leach. I'm sorry, I said Leach. I'm sorry, Chris Leach. Quinn Ewers is new Chris Leach, except he hasn't won the championship yet. He's got Arch Manning on the sideline. They're going into the big house. If he even screws up one time, they're going to be yelling for Arch Manning. So the pressure is on. So that makes it so intriguing. It makes it so intriguing. Number 4, Texas. Number 9, Michigan. Both teams, they got to continue to win to stay into that playoff race. Even if Texas were to lose this game by, let's say, a couple of points, they're going to still be – they're only going to drop maybe three spots.
Yeah.
I got Michigan. I think Fresno State last week was better than the people gave them credit for. And I love Michigan's defense. They got a first rounder at corner. I'm gonna give it to Michigan. Who you got, my friend?
Well, it's not cold up there this time of the year, is it?
No, not yet.
I'm thinking Texas. I'm thinking Texas goes up there and handles business.
Can I ask you this?
Environment.
Can I ask you this? Do you think that them going to Bama last year makes them, for lack of better terms, war ready? Because as intimidating as the big house is at big noon game, Alabama is just as intimidating at 7 o'clock at night, where that's the time they played last year. Do you think that makes them war ready going into Michigan?
Absolutely. They done been through the fire. Going through Alabama, and then they went to the playoff last year.
Shout out to the background again.
Yeah. And then they went to the playoff last year. So, I think it makes them. I think it makes it all right. Then, for them to go up there and see if they can handle business up there, man. I think that they were ready.
Okay, okay. Bowling Green State University against Penn State. Do they have a chance in hell?
Mm. Yeah, they got PSU as 34.5 point favorite.
Jesus Christ. We've seen
You
stranger
said,
things happen, Larry, but I mean, I don't think so, man.
nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying
Now, we do have, even though that this other team isn't ranked, we do have an opportunity here. And I know you probably haven't seen this before, Larry, but I mean, I used to put this on the Rob Johnson. It's not even on here. Jesus Christ. I didn't even get it. Did I put it on here? Hold on. Let me see if I put it on here or not. Let me see if I put it on here. You know what? Screw it. I'll put it on here. Forget it. Never mind. I can't do it. Whatever. Anyway, I was gonna do my upset alert, my whole upset alert video thing I have. But anyway, Arkansas at Oklahoma State. Do you see any possibility that they can go in and upset? I think they can upset Oklahoma State. What do you think?
it. I think so too. At just 8 point underdogs. I think they can.
I think so too, because when I look at Oklahoma State and I look at this whole Big 12 now, you of course you do have Oklahoma State's running back as one of your top Heisman guys, so you do have to put that into consideration. However, I think that when you're talking about Arkansas, when you're talking about being in the SEC and them trying to make a point and prove that they're back as a team, I think Arkansas has an opportunity. Do I think it'll happen? No. Do I think that they'll have an opportunity? It'll be a close game. I do. Now, if Oklahoma State blows them out, Larry, that's a different story for another day. Kansas State at Tulane. I think this is the game right here where you got to be very, very careful, Larry. If you're Kansas State, you're 18th in the nation, you're trying to move up in the rankings, you're trying to get to that big spot, you got to be very careful here, my friend, going to Tulane, who is a dangerous team. Who you got in this matchup?
Tulane is in a good spot,
Oh yeah.
and you just underdogs by 10 points. And
Oh yeah.
the total is set at 49, so that tells you they expecting a high scoring game. So
I expect a lot of points in this thing, bro. A lot of
especially in Tulane, yeah,
Sheesh.
they definitely upset alert.
Yeah. So I definitely will say, upset alert on that. We got Rhode Island against Minnesota. Rhode Island historically will give people hell. I will say that. They'll give people hell all the time. But I just, in my opinion, Larry, I don't think that oh my bad. I'm trying to do stuff. I was trying to do some stuff. My bad, man. I was trying to get some stuff straight or whatever. But I definitely think that'll be the game that they win. Georgia Tech against Syracuse. You give Syracuse a chance?
Against this Georgia Tech team, you know what? Georgia Tech they seem like they could be one of those teams. I know they're 2-0. They could be one of those teams that beat a team like Florida State and beat who they beat last week, and then go in Syracuse and just like not go through the game plan that they had. Either like Syracuse will play it close, or either Georgia Tech or lose. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Georgia Tech though.
As much as I like those guys to do it, man, I really just think that hold on a second. I'm trying to do too many things at one time. Jesus Christ. I just really think that Syracuse has a chance, but I think Georgia Tech's too good, bro.
Yeah. Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
I don't know. I mean, Pittsburgh is one of those teams every year where you think that they're just about to just take off, and they don't do it. They don't do it, and it's frustrating at times. But I mean, really, what can you do, man? I have to go Syracuse. I think Syracuse is is a decent team. I think Syracuse can do some good things. So I'm definitely going to give it to this. I'm gonna give it to Syracuse, bro.
Tennessee Tech, number 1 Georgia. I'm going Tennessee Tech. No.
Okay, Larry, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, sir. Um, you know what? You know what? We're gonna move on here, sir. Let me see some other games here. Let's see what we got here. We're not really a lot of intriguing games. Northern Illinois versus Notre Dame. What do you think? You think Northern Illinois could give them some issues, possibly?
Give me the Irish.
Yeah, I'll take Notre Dame too. There's no chance. Again, Cal at Auburn. You think Cal can go in at 3:30 ESPN2 game and give an upset to Auburn? Get an upset to Auburn?
In War Eagle country? I
Nah,
don't know. Nah, give me Auburn.
I got you, bro. South Carolina, Kentucky. South Carolina struggled against ODU last week. You think Kentucky's going to go ahead and go 2-0?
Possibly, yeah. I got Kentucky in this one.
Michigan
I like
State.
that defensive tackle they got. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, no, you say you like the defensive tackle. Well, Kentucky always has those players. Well, they just come out of nowhere sometime and do it really well. Come to get drafted. So, I mean, okay. Michigan State against Maryland. I don't trust Michigan State at all. They barely won last week. They're ugly. They're ugly. I just don't trust Michigan State.
This is one of those close games. Those close game alerts. I'm like you, man. I don't trust Michigan State, but I'm gonna go ahead and take them anyway. I'll take them.
You got the Sparty. You got Sparty. Okay. That's intriguing. That's very intriguing. Let's see here. Who do we got next? Baylor at Utah. Utah struggled a little bit last week, so they pulled away. Cam Rising looks like he's all the way back. Like Baylor, but I got to give it to Utah. And the Big 12.
Utah. Yeah, Utah favored by 2 tugs. I know you don't like that word, but 2 tugs.
Touchdowns.
Give me Utah.
Iowa State at Iowa. Rivalry game. Kurt Ferentz will be back this week after he was suspended. They won their first game 21-3. I didn't see a lot from Iowa State last week. I'm going to have to give it to Iowa. I think Iowa wins this game. They're number 25 in the nation. They're nowhere near the playoff, but I'm going to have to give it to Iowa for real.
I'm going to say Iowa in a score of 10-7.
10 to oh my God. Hey,
Iowa, they don't have no offense, man. They just play strictly defense up there, man.
Oh, you're right. I keep forgetting that. Yeah. I keep forgetting about that, man. But let's go. Let's see what's next. Jacksonville State against Boston College.
Man, Boston. No, that's Duquesne.
I'm sorry. Duquesne at Boston College. Does Duquesne come in and get the upset in Boston College? Hell no.
Man, if they do, like Boston, I'd be so disappointed in Boston College.
Oh my God.
But we've seen so many teams like this in the past. Like they'll go into Florida State, they'll get that win, and then next week they don't even know how to play anymore. But give me Boston College, yo.
Jacksonville State, the team that actually beat Florida State, I think maybe like a decade ago, maybe like 7-8 years ago, whatever it was. They go to Louisville. Do they bring the magic to Louisville? No. No. Charlotte at North Carolina. That's an that's a little bit of an oxymoron. Charlotte, North Carolina. I got UNC. I got UNC after they beat Minnesota the first game.
UNC favored by 22. Give me UNC.
Yeah. All right, let's try this again. Virginia Tech, Marshall at Virginia Tech.
Oh my God!
Does Marshall go into Lane Stadium, and do they destroy the Sandman?
Hey, did they ever beat Virginia Tech? I want to say they have, right?
I think Marshall has beaten Virginia Tech, but I think it was maybe a couple years ago. I think Marshall has beaten Virginia Tech. Marshall, I think they have.
Was it at Marshall or was it at Lane?
I think it was at Lane.
I gotta look it up. Give me Tech, man. Give me Tech. They better deliver too.
What happens if Virginia Tech loses this game. And now is their coach already on the hot seat?
And shit, after that loss this past week, yeah, I would say so. Week 1 against Vanderbilt, man. Yeah.
All right. So you were asking me about Marshall's history against Virginia Tech. They have 3 wins, 10 losses, 3-1 home record, 0-9 at Lane Stadium. The first matchup was November 8th, 1913. The last 10 matchups, 2-8 against Virginia Tech. Largest margin of victory was 20-0 on September 30th, 1939. Smallest margin of victory, 13-7. September the 28th, 1940, during a war.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. So yeah. But Marshall does have a 1-game winning streak against Virginia Tech, so yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Can they go in the lane and do it again?
I mean, Virginia Tech just lost to Vanderbilt, man. So I mean, unless Vanderbilt is something that we don't even know about, and they're better than we thought they were, we'll see, dog. We'll see. FAMU, as in Florida A&M University at Miami at 6:00 on ESPN Plus. Do you give FAMU a chance in God? Do you give FAMU a chance in Robb Johnson Media hell? Speaking of the hell fire, I got burning back there. Do you give them a chance in hell against Miami?
How Santino Morella used to do?
The snake, the Rattlers. Hey, no, honestly, what's the score of this game going to be, man? Really? I'm thinking 84-0, but I don't think Miami's going to run it up that much. I'm serious. Like, look, yo, I can see Cam Moore saying, "Look, coach, I'm about to go out here like Lamar did against Syracuse and just lose my mind." Like, I can see him saying, "I want to go out here and throw 10 touchdown passes."
Hey, I can see Cam throwing about 5 or 6 in this game.
Yeah, it's gonna get
brutal.
It's gonna get ugly. West Virginia, Albany at West Virginia. If they lose to Albany, New York, we're gonna have a problem. If they lose to Albany, so West Virginia better win this game.
I already lost on the season, so with a way to capitalize back on the University of Albany.
Yeah. No, get back into the fold. JMU against, I believe, what's this? Gardner Webb. Is Gardner Webb they're playing? JMU wins. I think JMU is a force. I think JMU is gonna really be good as the season goes on. I'm giving it to JMU. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think the Bulldogs of Gardner Webb, which I know Gardner Webb a little well, play Longwood on the regular. Yeah, give me James Madison, man.
East Carolina, who blew out Norfolk State, who we'll get that pick in a second. They go to ODU. ODU barely lost to South Carolina, even though South Carolina may not be good. It's still an SEC team. Do you think that ODU comes out and gets this win?
Very close one. I feel like they do. A very close one.
I'm gonna give you an intriguing game, and I understand that it may not be in a lot of people's minds. South Florida, if you remember last year, barely lost to Bama. Remember that's the game when Jalen Miro got benched, and they said right away, "Oh, we got to get him back in the starting lineup." Yeah. This time they're going to Bama. They beat Bethune-Cookman 48-3. Do you give South Florida a chance against Bama? As we saw, Bama looked good last week, but they also had some doldrums when it came to the offense. The defense looked a lot better, but the offense had some doldrums at times, even though they had a great offensive game.
I think Bama steamrolls in this one.
Think it's a revenge game all the way in this one?
Yeah. I think they're going.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm gonna be very transparent. I know people call me crazy. I think it'll be close in the first half, but I think Bama takes it in the second half. Now, this game was at South Florida, and the weather was like it was last year. Jesus Christ. Kansas has to go to Illinois. Do you think Kansas will be upset in Illinois, or do you think that they'll just keep on winning? I like Kansas.
I feel like Illinois. They're gonna. I think it's gonna be playing a little defense. You know, Illinois is kind of good on defense a little bit. You know, by them playing in that Big Ten with Kansas. You know, you got Melo Dotson, you got Kobe Bryant, my two favorite cornerback duos.
Definitely.
Melo Dotson had an interception last year. Give me Kansas, yo. I think Kansas goes in their roles, yo.
Yeah,
Shout out Devin Neal too.
Yeah, I think it's a close game, but I'll give it to Kansas. I think Kansas is a lot better team than a lot of people give them credit for. Florida against Samford. Does Samford somehow upset Florida? I think Florida's in a better position, Larry, because I think the quarterback that they had in the second half last week is a lot better than the quarterback they had before. So I'm gonna give it to Florida. They better
win. I'm
win.
going Florida too.
They better win. William and Mary, who's 1-0 on the year, they are going against Coastal Carolina, which is not an easy game to play. You think that the William and Mary tribe can go into Coastal Carolina and get the upset? It's gonna be tough, man. And I got William and Mary on the 21st, and I got the University of Richmond this Saturday. So, and that CAA is tough. People who think it's not, that CAA is tough. They got dudes in the NFL, man.
Give me the tribe, yo. Give me the tribe.
Give me the tribe as well. I think they're a good team. I think they go in there and they get it done. William and Mary takes it. UVA at Wake Forest. I'm gonna make it simple. I got Wake. Until Virginia can prove to me that they can beat a legitimate team, even though Wake only beat North Carolina A&T. Give me Wake, man. Give me Wake.
I'm going with is it Anthony Calandria?
Yeah.
Give me Calandria, man. Give me the woos. Give me the whoos, man.
Yeah, I interviewed. Hey, people, check out my interview with him. You know, I believe in UVA. I think UVA has a tough team, but I need to see them go in and do it. And if they can beat Wake, then I definitely will start favoring them in more games. I believe in UVA. Don't get me wrong, folks. I definitely do. Western Michigan against Ohio State. Buckeyes. Buckeyes.
Yeah, give me the Buckeyes, man.
Yeah. Nicholls State against LSU. Yeah, LSU by 37.
Brian Kelly is going to tell his team to put 90 on the board.
Oh, most definitely. ACC game of the day, Tennessee with my guy Nico Lamaliva, who I have as my Heisman favorite. What, 334 yards in the first half last week? I don't care who you're playing. You put up 334 in the first half, and you don't even play in the second half. They're going to North Carolina State, who we all know the Wolf Pack. They kind of struggled with Western Carolina last week, but it was only game one. I think this game is 7:30 on 7:30 game on ESPN or ABC. It's going to be ABC 7:30. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I'm going to pick North Carolina State in upset because it's something about the Wolf Pack when they get home, man. I'm going to pick North Carolina State. Even though I like Nico.
Game?
Saturday night game, 7:30, prime time, ABC. Let's go.
Give me Nico, yo.
Okay.
Give me Nico.
I'm going to pick North Carolina State. But I'm forewarning all the Wolfpack now. If Nico come in there and throw for 400, don't 400 yards, don't be shocked. Don't be shocked. Alcorn State against Vanderbilt. If Alcorn State beats Vanderbilt, then Virginia Tech's even more trouble than we thought they were.
Give me Alcorn.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Give me Alcorn. This is a test pick. This is a test pick because you beat Virginia Tech last week. Now let's see if you can just beat this little team right now. I ain't gonna say little team. Let's see if you can beat this team in Alcorn State right here.
They did lose to UAB last week, 41-3. But let me give everybody a key here. University of Alabama Birmingham is a hell of a team. They good. The Dragons, they look. Them dudes ain't no joke over there. And plus, you gave credit to Alcorn State. Steve McNair went there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Steve McNair. You know, the former great quarterback from the Tennessee Oilers, Titans, whatever the hell they want to call themselves. Let's go down the list. We're almost done here.
Colorado, Nebraska. That's the NBC game. Man, it's so much. Okay, you got Tennessee and NC State on ABC, and then you got Colorado and Nebraska on NBC.
What did we do to deserve this?
Football.
What did we do to deserve this? Listen. Nebraska has a quarterback. Finally, Granola. They finally got a quarterback. He looks just like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is mixed and he's white.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know the difference. They look just like each other. I think this is going to be a high scoring game. I got Colorado 65-58 in overtime. I'm serious. Like, bro, if you tell me on Sunday morning that Shador and Sanders and Renola had 550 yards apiece for like 7-8 touchdowns apiece, I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked.
The total is 57.5.
Jesus Christ.
Nebraska is favored by 7.5 points.
Jesus Christ.
Colorado's going to cover, and you're going to go over.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Popcorn worthy.
Man, hey, Oklahoma against Houston. Houston's going to get better. But, man, Oklahoma really impressed me last week, bro. I'm telling you right now, they got to be very careful. You got Oklahoma too, right?
Boomer Sooner.
Yeah. Speaking of being careful, ACC Network, 8 o'clock at night. Clemson, Appalachian State at Clemson. Clemson better be very careful letting Appalachian State walk in the Death Valley. If Appalachian State pulls this upset, Dabo will not be the coach by Monday. I can guarantee you. In fact, this is what Clemson will be if they lose on Saturday night. If you didn't see that again, for those who don't know, why you don't want me, man? Dad was like, why don't they want me, man? I mean, listen, y'all, I'm sorry. I just speaking the facts of it. It is what it is. You cannot lose the way you lost to Georgia. Your defense played a hell of a game for like what, 2.5 quarters, and then they just couldn't take it no more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Clemson, so right now in the ACC, teams like Clemson and Florida State who are fighting just to get out of the conference. They want to go to the SEC, Larry, so bad. You know what they really are? They're this.
The question is, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Who is overrated?
Yeah. It's like, who's overrated? Now, I know it says NFL edition, but we're still trying to say who's overrated. I think we lost Larry here for a second. Let me see. Get him back. I think I lost him for a second. Actually, so low. Let me see if I can get him back. But we're getting ready to talk NFL, folks. Until we do that, let me get Larry back. Let's run this commercial by La Taurus. Hey, guys, this is Rob Johnson from Rob Johnson Media. I just want to let you guys know La Taurus, one of the best brands out there for activewear. No matter if you're hiking, running, playing golf, playing tennis, it doesn't matter what you're doing. When you have on this right here, ladies and gentlemen, trust me, you feel good and your performance will be great. La Taurus. Check it out today at lataurus.com. Yeah, lataurus.com. Again, we're trying to get Larry back here. I think he had to go get some straight or whatever. But we're getting ready to talk NFL. We're getting ready to talk about some of the picks. Who do you have in this upcoming NFL season? Who do you think is going to win these week 1 games? I've already made my picks. You can probably look. Hey, what's going on, bro? You good to go, my man?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, because we want to make sure you're good, man. Because like I said, outside of this sports stuff, we got to make sure our people are good. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see me disappear, you know somebody trying to get to me, but you know that ain't happening. So we ain't doing all that. So like again, man, y'all make sure that y'all go out and you make sure that you check out Game Time 365 Sports by Larry. He's doing great things. Check out all his content. Me and him are going to work together very soon. The funny thing is we've never met in person, but one of these days we're going to meet in person. We're going to do a game. I think we should definitely try to do maybe. I'm trying to see if we do a high school game together, man. Like I'm definitely thinking that I'm going to try to come to you one of these days and do a high school game with you, or vice versa. If I have an off week, you know what I mean?
Hey man, I would love to, man. I think we already create magic, and I think that we can get together in person and like really analyze some stuff. I think we can make even more magic.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. Now, let's get to week 1 of the NFL season. And you know what's coming first, Larry. You know what's coming first. This matchup behind us as I take the fire away. You see it. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. As I put the video in the background, yeah, that's right. I'm bringing the production to you guys today. I'm bringing the production. I am. Pick this game, sir. Who do you have? Ravens, Chiefs, and give me a reason why. I know, man. It's tough, I know.
See, the Chiefs lost to the Lions last season. It was the opening game.
Yep.
Is it a possibility that the Chiefs could be losing to the Ravens in the opening game this year?
Possibly.
Lamar has he's his MVP. You know he's disappointed in not winning that game last year. I feel like with the Ravens, you got Marlon Humphrey on one side, you got Nate Wiggins on the other side, who played extremely well in the preseason. I think that their defense is going to be pretty explosive, like it always is. I'm going to go Ravens. Give me the Ravens.
I'm going to say this, Larry, and I'm going to say this, and I've been contemplating this for a while now. I think everybody had the opportunity last year to get Kansas City last year. Everybody had Miami, especially Buffalo, and then you look at teams like the Ravens, and even you look at the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers. That was their best opportunity. What'd they do? What did they do, Larry? They didn't get it done. Even though they lost to the Titans, man, this offense has gotten better. Hollywood's not playing the first game. We understand that. But this offense is so much better with Xavier Worthy. I got to give Chase Daniels some credit. This morning, by the way, that new show, The Facility, on FS1, that's going to give ESPN, that's going to give First Take a run for its money. I'm telling you now, because I love Joy Taylor, but it's more of a football-laced show with Shady McCoy, Acho, James Jones, and Chase Daniel, former quarterback from Missouri. They broke things down perfectly. They broke down what Tyreek looked like when he was in that offense and what the Chiefs have truly been missing. Xavier Worthy's faster than Tyreek Hill. Okay? The Chiefs' offense is only going to get better. We talked about their running back situation yesterday. Pacheco is still there. Pacheco is a problem. You have to worry about him in the backfield. I got to give it to Kansas City. And a team like the Cincinnati Bengals, we'll talk about them in a few minutes. They're already thinking about the Chiefs because they already know what they got to do to beat them. The Chiefs are thinking about the Ravens, and then they're going to think about the Bengals because they don't have to think about these teams 2-3 steps ahead. You know why? Because they focus on the mission at hand. Remember last year they got beat by the Lions? They went into Jacksonville. Everybody was high on Jacksonville. Oh, Jacksonville. What did they do to them? They bludgeoned them. They made them look silly. If Jacksonville wins that game, it changed the entire trajectory of their season. If Baltimore goes in and beats Kansas City, Larry, it means nothing. It means nothing. Because we know what Baltimore can do in the regular season. It's just like when they get to the postseason, can they do the same thing? We know Kansas City. Postseason Kansas City, regular season Kansas City. You better get them early. You better get Kansas City because they're going to be a force. And once they start getting going around maybe mid-October, see, that's the thing. They're not even going to be in full stride. Come off mid-October, November, December, it's over with, my friend. Kansas City. Last year I picked the Las Vegas Raiders to win that division because I believe in their defense and I believe in their offense in a sense. And I thought Kansas City was going to take a step back. And Kansas City did take a step back, but they still won 11 games.
Yep.
They still blew out Miami, even though it was cold outside. They still shut down Buffalo. They went to Baltimore and beat that team. And went and beat a juggernaut. Think about this. They went in, they not only beat Baltimore, they beat San Francisco, two of the most physical teams in the NFL. And both of those teams are a year older and lost players. So if they did that, Patty Mahomes is still 28 years old. He's 28. We're not talking about a 34, 35-year-old. We're talking about a dude that can still play for, and in this new era of football, he could possibly play for 14 more years.
God, don't remind me, Rob. My team is in that division.
So if you're Baltimore, yes, you may go in, you may win this game, but you won the battle. You didn't win the war, because you know what the war entails.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You may go in and win the Bay of Pigs, but can you stay in the office and stop a nuclear war from happening? JFK reference. Some history for your asses out there. Yeah, I'm bringing the history to your asses. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I got Kansas City winning this game. Yeah, you didn't think I would go there today, did you?
I didn't think you were going to go there.
Bay of
But
Pigs,
the thing is,
Bay of Pigs, Cuban Missile Crisis. We're bringing up history today.
but the thing is, can Baltimore is a run first team. Now you have the addition of Derrick Henry. Oh, I'm sorry, we forgot all about that. Got to talk about that. Got Derrick Henry. You know, will you try to go blow for blow with Patrick Mahomes, or will you just, you know, do what you need to do and just run the ball down people's throats and win the game that way? You know, because what I feel like you did in the postseason, I feel like you tried to one up on Patrick Mahomes, and it didn't go that way.
Systems do matter, and I look at the system here, but I mean, you look at, and I'll give you credit on this. He's had quarterbacks like Tannehill, blah blah blah. He hasn't had really good quarterbacks throughout his time at Tennessee. But again, just like they've been making the excuse about other teams, so they got old running backs. He is 30. He's taken a lot of a pounding throughout his career. So it would be the worst time for him. Can you imagine him hitting a wall this year? And you know how angry it'll make Ravens fans. Like all this time, he's dominating all these years. He finally hits a wall at 30.
Man,
wouldn't it be the worst luck for the Ravens? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it would. Let's
go to Friday now, Larry. Friday game, which I hate the fact they have this game in Brazil. I hate the fact it's on a Friday night. This is a Sunday. In fact, in my opinion, this game should have gone over Dallas-Cleveland on Sunday. This is my opinion.
What?
It's just my opinion. Why is this premier game being played on a Friday night when there's high school football going on, when there's other things going on? And why not have this game on a Sunday? The NFL here, in my opinion, is being selfish. The teams can't really wear green like that. They can't wear green like that because of this whole issue in Brazil and wearing green, blah, blah, blah. So, Larry, even though I hate the fact the game's been played on a Friday night, I look at this game as a crucial game for two reasons. Number one, Jordan Love in the regular season, continue to show us what we can do. And this is a big game for Jalen Hurts. This is a huge game for Jalen Hurts. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, huge game for Jalen Hurts, huge game for Jordan Love as well. I'm gonna go back to what you said. The NFL is being very selfish about this. For one, why would you put two green teams in that area, knowing the politics of what's going on in there? Two, why would you have it on a Friday night? For two, to go along with two, I feel like you being very selfish because ESPN does sometimes have Friday night football games on, high school. And I know they're not thinking about the high school players and stuff like that, but I think, like you said, that's very selfish. It's also, looking at the people that view these games, like, dang, man, you do know people are out, watching high school football. Yeah. You would think they know this, but
they don't care.
They don't care. But I feel like this is very interesting with Jordan Love facing against this Eagles team. They got Chauncey Gardner-Johnson back. They got the two new corners. Still got Darius Slay there. We got to see how this Eagles defense looks because they didn't look very good last year.
And can I say this real quick? I noticed you were talking about this point earlier too. Guess what comes on at 7:30 that night? The Lynx and Fever on Ion. Seriously? Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. And guess what? At the same time at 7:30, the Sparks play, and at 9:30, the Sparks play the Sky. So you got Indiana and Chicago, some of your most talked about teams. And we already talked about on Sunday how you putting the the Liberty and the Aces at 4:00 on a Sunday. You're too. But that, you know what? That's another story another day. We'll talk about WNBA next week. But anyway, but go ahead. I just wanted to point it out to the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think with this one, I like Green Bay in the slot. They can capitalize off what they did last year. You know, I think once Jordan Love gets cooking, I feel like he's going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Mm.
So I got Green Bay in this slot though. Very tough decision to make, but I got Green Bay.
What happens if Saquon has a bad game? And I'm talking about 20 carries for like 50, 60, 70 yards and doesn't show up. Do you think
the criticism was coming?
What happens? Because
the criticism is coming.
All we've heard is the Giants' fault. It's Daniel Jones' fault. They got to step up, man. The Eagles have to step up. The Eagles have to win this game. Jalen Hurts has to have a big game because I haven't heard, and let's be honest, I haven't heard the same criticism that Dak Prescott got when he had 23 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. It's the same stat line, And let's not forget, the last time we saw the Philadelphia Eagles, what were they doing? They were getting punked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. So on your resume, Jalen Hurts, you got punked by Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
So that's the bottom line. So do you think the Eagles secondary will be? I think they will be better and should be better. But
will they be better? Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna give them a full warning now. Romeo Dobbs, Christian Watson, young man ain't no joke. They ain't no joke.
Jalen Reed.
What's up, Jay Reed?
And he ain't Reed, Dontavian Wicks.
And he ain't undercover either. You know exactly who he is. He ain't undercover either. You know exactly who he is. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. I think what's gonna be more. And you said you got the Eagles in this game, right?
No, I got Green Bay in this game.
You got Green Bay. You got a score for me?
24-20.
I'm gonna give it to Green Bay 30-21.
Okay.
30-21.
How big of an impact is Josh Jacobs going to make?
Oh, huge. Like I said, this game one is going to test both teams. The run defense, the pass offense. I know that sounds cliche, but it's going to test both teams. You're going to be tested big time in this game. Speaking of tests, oh God, I know we're about to go here. Pittsburgh, Atlanta. Go ahead, man.
Man, that pass rush in Atlanta is looking really ferocious with Matt Judon being added over there in last couple weeks. Kirk Cousins, your brand new quarterback over there in Atlanta,
who tore his Achilles.
Pretty efficient, accurate. Yeah, tore his Achilles. Pretty accurate, pretty efficient quarterback, You got the weapons out there with Drake London and Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson and how is the Steelers defense gonna stop all this? Oh, you got T.J. Watt over there. Oh, you got Nick Herbig. He's stepping up. I like him. You got all.
You got nice corners. You got some nice corners. You got Minka
yeah,
Fitzpatrick back there.
But what I want to talk about,
oh God,
is this godforsaken quarterback situation over at Pittsburgh. And what's going to happen? How is these quarterbacks going to perform in this game? That's the big question. That's the big question right now.
Russell Wilson throws for 275 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Pittsburgh wins 28-17. Kirk Cousins throws a pick 6. Russell Wilson gets the win in Atlanta. He praises Jesus after. And he says, let's ride Steel City. By the way, don't we have a bet? I know I got Pittsburgh. You got Atlanta. What is the bet on this game, man? We've been anticipating this all year. What's the bet?
What is the bet? Because I forgot about it.
Oh man. I know. You got to purchase and wear a Cowboys hat on the next show. And either if Pittsburgh wins, I got to wear the Broncos hat. Now, if it ends up in a tie, we do nothing. So if the Steelers win, prepare to find something Cowboys and wear it. If they win, then I gotta wear Broncos, something Broncos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
We won't make it too bad. It could get bad, but we're not gonna make it too bad.
I got a request.
Yes, sir.
You know when the Broncos won the Super Bowl and Shannon Sharp had that Bronco hat?
Yeah.
We gotta find that.
Oh hell
That's
no.
that.
Oh hell no.
Rob said you're going too damn far now.
No, you're going way too far. The game I'm intrigued. Another game I'm intrigued by, what I think will be an upset. Not really an upset because it's the NFL, but I think Arizona goes into Buffalo and beats the Bills. I got Arizona winning 35-20. I got them winning 32-29, late field goal. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. has a hell of a game, and I think Kyler Murray's got something to prove. That Arizona Cardinals offense is really good.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be very, very good. The only concern is the pass rush. Who's going after Josh Allen?
Yeah.
So with Buffalo only being favored by 6, I feel like Arizona can at least cover. I'm not gonna say win it, but I feel like they can cover it. You know,
Keon
they still
Coleman.
got those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Keon
ahead.
Coleman. Keon Coleman. Do you think that he has? Do you think he has the game of the season that people expect him to have?
I don't think so. I mean, you still got Buda Baker, like you still got Jalen Thompson, and you still got young corners over there that I feel that can give him fits.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's gonna come down to is the Bills' run game.
Mm-hmm.
The run game pretty much softening up the defense for the pass. So I'm taking the Bills, but I'm taking the Cardinals to cover though. I wouldn't sleep on them.
Tennessee at Chicago. Tennessee is one of the most intriguing teams in the league because if Will Levis can actually pass the ball down the field, make accurate throws, they got weapons. They got Tony Pollard, who's still fast. He's still going to be a really good running back. But I got Chicago, man. I got Caleb Williams coming out like Cam Newton did his first game against Arizona back in the day, lighting them up. I got Chicago lighting them up. I think Chicago's offense, man, is about to just explode on these guys. I got
Tennessee.
I got it 42. Yeah. I got it 42-21 Chicago. Yeah, I got it like that. Yeah.
I got the Titans. And going to the point you made about Will Levis, when he can get going, he's shown flashes before where he can get going. Mm-hmm. You got the Tony Pollard, you got the Tajay Spears, who I keep on raving about, and I'm going to keep raving about him until he changes my mind. You got those receivers, Calvin Ridley. I don't know about D-Hop's situation. I think he's supposed to be starting the season injured on the public or something like that. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they have enough on defense with Jeffrey Simmons and now you add L'Jarius Sneed to the mix, and
mm-hmm.
That's going to be one of the big matchups right there. How will Caleb Williams match up with this Titans defense? That's his first test. And the Bears are favored by 4. Can you believe it?
Oh no, not at all. Because when you look at the Bears' offensive weapons, not only that, but you look at their defensive weapons, what they've added. I mean, it's something serious, man. It's something serious, and I think that again, that trade they made for Montez Sweat is so critical. What they did last year and what they built up, and I just look at the Bears and I think that they're going to be so good to start this season. I'm hoping and praying that them and the Texans they go into that Sunday night game undefeated because that's going to be so good. Yeah. C.J. Stroud, Caleb Williams, that's going to be so good.
Oh man!
So you say you got Tennessee, right?
Yeah, give me Tennessee.
Gotcha. Next game, Patriots Bengals. I got the Patriots. I don't think Jamar Chase is going to be back. I got the Patriots, man. Listen, the Patriots defense is really good, right? Their defense is really good. Stevenson is a really good running back. I think that he could get 100 yards. Jacoby Brissett is not an all-pro, but he's a professional quarterback. And last time we saw him in the regular season, he was playing good for a really good Washington team. In fact, when Eric Bieniemy had Jacoby Brissett and Sam Howell wasn't forced down his throat, Jacoby Brissett was playing really well. So Jacoby Brissett. I feel like the Bengals are in turmoil. I feel like they haven't got a lot of heat from the media because the Bengals are the media darlings now with Joe Burrow, cool Burrow, and all the people on the Cincinnati. I think that the Patriots can go in and upset these guys. I really do.
Yeah, I feel like they can at least cover the game. That defense, I think Christian Gonzalez is supposed to be back, so that's a key. That's a key body
It's
that you get back.
It's big time.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals in a close one. Probably a score of 20-13.
20-13. Okay, that sounds reasonable. And if you look at last year when the Patriots came out, they barely lost to the Eagles. It was like a 25-20 game. So I think that they have a great opportunity to come out here and give them some problems. So I definitely think that could be something there. Next game we got Texans at Colts. I told you, I think the Colts are a sleeper. This is a 1:00 game. I'm gonna give it to the Colts and Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the same route, man. I'm gonna go the Colts. If Anthony Richardson, we seen what he's capable of. If he can stay healthy, my God.
They're Super Bowl contender. I don't care what anybody says because last year they were a drop pass away from winning the division. A drop pass with Gardner Minshew. So just think about Anthony Richardson brings that same throwing dynamic with the ability to run. Sickening.
I feel like with these two quarterbacks, and these two teams, division rivals, both of them came in the league at the same time last year. These are like when you see these two teams play on a week, this is probably the must-see game right here because I feel like it's nothing but action-packed action that's going to be happening in this game, and it's a division game.
Yeah, so it's critical. You can definitely see critical already in week 1.
Yeah, you can definitely see a lot of tension. This is what we don't see because they're in the AFC South and in a whole different region. And it's like you can hear the rumblings between the two franchises.
It's a rivalry for sure, big time rivalry. Yeah. This is big time. I mean, these are the type of games where it's this what makes NFL so intriguing. Now, if you're in baseball, and let's say you got the Yankees against the Red Sox, game 1, it don't matter who wins because we still got 60 more games to play. You only got 17 of these bad boys. You only got 17, 18 of these bad boys. You better get it done now because this could mean a difference now. I'm not saying the baseball standings don't mean anything because that half-game lead could mean something during the last game of the season. But if you lose this game, man, you could miss out on the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can't remember the percentage, but teams who go 0-2 have like a 15 to 17% chance of making the playoffs. So this is critical. So you got the Colts, I got the Colts. Jacksonville, Miami. I got to go Miami.
That's a hard one.
Bro, listen, I know this is going to sound crazy, but again, this is the NFL, and there are only so many games. This is a must-win for both teams. It's a must-win for Trevor Lawrence, and it's a must-win for Tua Tagovailoa. Both of these quarterbacks, they've got to show out in this game. If either one of them struggles, they will be talked about harshly on Monday.
I absolutely agree with you. I'm expecting big performances out of both quarterbacks. The total is at 49.5 and definitely can go well over that. Man, give me Miami. Give me Miami.
Give me Miami as well. You know what I think? I think this game is close, but you know how I think it's decided? You know what the sweetest thing you can do to your former team? I think it's decided by a Jalen Ramsey interception to the house. Yeah.
How do you feel about the pass rush on both sides, though?
Yeah. If Chubb is going to be back, I don't know if he's going to be back or not. I don't know if he's back from his injury, but if he's back, then that'll boost Miami. Jaguars, kind of iffy. But I like the pass rush more than Miami Dolphins. I think the Dolphins always early in the season can bring that pass rush. So, they're getting a lot of guys back. They're getting a lot of guys back.
Also, Chop
So
Robinson over there too.
yeah,
He's been tearing it up in the preseason training camp. So
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people remember the Dolphins got injured. The Dolphins got injured late last year, so a lot of
yeah,
things with them, a lot of their pass rush, um, kind of kind of went down a little bit. So the Dolphins are the type of team that, in my opinion, can get back to what they were. But again, if you're the Jacksonville Jaguars, you're going to have to make sure you come in this game. You're going to be focused. Trevor Lawrence is going to have how many yards you give Trevor Lawrence? I'll say Trevor Lawrence has to throw for at least 300 yards in this game for them to even have a chance.
275.
About
I said about
275.
275.
Okay. Now, and I know they did lose some offensive weapons as well. Now remember, my favorite guy, Jalen Phillips, he'll be back. Remember he went down last year. I don't remember. I
Yeah.
don't think he was available for. He's only 25 years old. He's been in the league for 4 years. He wasn't around for the playoffs because he was injured. So I'm gonna give it to the Miami Dolphins. I think the Dolphins will have a really big game, and I think they'll win this game. What is it, 28-21 in a close game? Um,
Yeah.
Carolina and New Orleans. It's another big game. You say you got the Dolphins as well, right?
Yeah, I got the Dolphins.
Okay. I'm going to give it. And all right, this next game, I think is another huge game for a multitude of reasons. Carolina because Bryce Young. I think I like Bryce Young. I'm a Bryce Young fan. But it's also big for New Orleans. Derek Carr. They got Carolina, but just remember they got Dallas next week. So
Mm.
yeah. I got Carolina. I think Bryce Young, from what I saw, a little bit I saw in the preseason, I think that this new coaching staff is going to do him very well. I don't have any belief in New Orleans right now, my friend. I just don't. I don't. Give it to the
I
Panthers.
got an, I got enough belief in them to beat the Panthers though.
What happens if they don't?
Then you got to start thinking about changes already at the week 1.
At the coaching position and at quarterback. Derek Carr can't lay his eggs.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that I don't think New Orleans can beat them. I'm picking Carolina because I think that Bryce Young can come out here and have a really good second year of his career. But yeah, if you're the Saints, if you lay an egg in this one, it might get ugly really quick. Another intriguing game, even after the injury to their rookie quarterback, Minnesota, New York Giants. I got the Giants. I think Malik Neighbors goes over 100 yards. Do I trust Sam Darnold in this spot? Not really. Do I trust the Vikings defense? Not really. Give it to the Giants, man.
Who was the Vikings starting quarterback? Is it Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold, yeah. But it almost doesn't even matter who. When Sam Darnold's playing, it doesn't even matter who the starter is. It's about who's the backup, because he's going to get hurt eventually. I mean, seriously. I mean, come on. Let's
You're not
all be
lying.
very honest here. What happened in Carolina? He got hurt. He got hurt here. He got hurt there, etc. I mean,
Jets. Same thing with the Jets.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it's inevitable. It's inevitable.
Yeah. I'm
you
gonna
got
go with
this
the
one?
Vikings. I'm gonna go with the Giants. I'm gonna go with
You're
the
going to go with the
Giants
Giants as well? Damn, we both got the Giants. Sheesh.
Yeah.
All right. Raiders, Chargers. Everybody's on Harbaugh's jock. I got the Raiders, man. I think the Raiders are going to go in there and shut some people up. I got the Raiders.
Biggest matchup that I'm going to be looking at this week is I don't know what side Joe Alt plays, but if he's playing on Max Crosby's side, that
Ooh.
is blockbuster.
Yeah.
And also interested in seeing Jack Jones, the corner, there who came from New England and then came over to the Raiders and was playing pretty damn well too. I think their defense is going to be the strength of that team. Give me the Raiders. Give me the Raiders in this one.
And and I know a lot of people are not going to like this, and I don't really care. I'm going to point this out. Shout out to Max Crosby for vouching for Antonio Pierce, where a lot of black players do not do that for their black coaches. But hey, I digress.
Damn right.
Just have to point that out real quick. Next matchup, something I know you'll be looking forward to, in a classic AFC West matchup back in the day. For those who don't know, Seattle was in the AFC. The Denver Broncos go to Seattle for a classic AFC rivalry renewed. Now in the NFC, but rivalry renewed. Broncos at Seattle, back when it was in the Kingdome. For y'all don't know who that is, look it up. I don't trust Seattle because I don't trust Geno Smith. I think Sam Howell will be starting at quarterback sooner rather than later. They've got some older guys at receiver. DK Metcalf is still really good, but once he loses his athletic ability, what's going to happen to him? Give me the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. I got Bo Nix throwing for 350 yards, 4 touchdowns in Seattle. Give me Bo Nix, who I told everybody would be very good. Give me the Denver Broncos.
And you get me a little excited, Rob. So 2 things. Why in the hell are the Broncos and the Seahawks playing on the first week of a brand new season for like the third consecutive, not the third consecutive year, but for like the third time since they played in the Super Bowl? They played I believe it was 2017 or 2018. We played Russell Wilson in week 1. We played Geno week 1 a couple years ago when Russell just became the quarterback in Denver, and now we're playing him week 1 of this season. What the hell is up with that?
I don't know. I mean, who knows? They might have some expansion going on, and they might put Seattle back in the West, AFC West. Who knows?
Hey, that's where they belong, ain't it?
Yeah, they never should have left.
Seattle favored by 6. I don't like that.
Damn.
So you giving Geno Smith, and I think what I told a lot of people this year, I don't believe Geno Smith is going to elevate the Seattle Seahawks. I think Geno Smith was going to come back down
to earth.
So he's still a professional quarterback. He's going to come back down. That first year he was like, "Whoa, Geno is hot." Second year, it's like, okay, now we're seeing why Geno, he's been Geno.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This year, I think you need to go ahead and call some backups. Sam Howell, for that matter. Sam Howell is 1-0 against the Denver Broncos, but you have Sam Howell there, and I just don't believe that Geno is the guy that's gonna, take this team and take them to the future.
Yeah.
But
now if they come out, Now if they come out and they make me look silly, then I mean, hey, ain't nothing I can say. But I think the Broncos come out and win this game. I don't think the Seahawks are that good. I think that in the NFC West, it's the 49ers, it's the Rams / Cardinals. I think the Cardinals will be very productive in that division. But I just don't look at Seattle as a team. I don't look at Seattle as a team that's a threat. I just don't.
And I'm interested to see another matchup: DK Metcalf, Pat Surtain.
Oh yeah. I think that's a critical matchup because let's say the Broncos get out to let's say the Broncos get out to a horrible start, right? But let's say Patrick Surtain is playing really well. They can get a whole bunch for him. And I think they've been thinking about trading him for a while anyway, because see, the Broncos eventually their cap is gonna get better. They have a quarterback on a rookie deal. They'll have to pay Russell on anything after this year. So eventually their cap is gonna get there. If they can have a long-term plan with Sean Payton, eventually they'll get back to what the Broncos are supposed to be. But let's just say they start off, hopefully they don't. Let's say they start off getting beat up by everybody. They can trade Pat Surtain, get some picks back for him, and continue to build for the future. So, hey. So on the record, you got Denver, correct?
Yeah, and let's hope that they don't do what you just said they do.
Yeah. Next game, we got Dallas at Cleveland. And you know what I just thought about? I didn't realize this. Dallas at Cleveland is not going to be on it's not going to be on Fox where I'm at because Washington's playing Tampa at the same time. So here we go. We got to watch Washington and Tampa. So for that being said, Dallas at Cleveland on Sunday. I got Cleveland by 15.
What?
Yeah. Until
Nah.
Dallas comes out and proves to me that they can actually win a game, a big game, and beat a playoff team, I can't believe in them. Now, if they win this week, I'll definitely pick them next week against the Saints. I'm definitely picking them next week against the Saints. But I have to believe that they can come out against Cleveland, block Myles Garrett, stop Cleveland's running game. Even though Chubb's not there, you know that the Browns still have a good running game. Last time we saw Deshaun Watson, whether he's not in Houston no more or whatever, he was 12 of 12, 14 of 14 against the Baltimore Ravens with a game-winning drive. So until we see anything different from Dallas, until they can prove us different, I got to go Cleveland.
I'm going Dallas.
Wow.
I'm going Dallas in this one. I don't even think Nick
Gotcha.
Chubb is back.
No, he's not gonna be back for 4 weeks.
Yeah, give me Dallas, man.
I'm gonna make this one simple. Washington at Tampa. I got Tampa.
I got Tampa.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm hearing a lot of talking out of Washington. Until you can fix that secondary, I don't hear nothing. Mike Evans might go crazy on Sunday.
I was about to say Baker is a watch for this game as well. You know, Can you repeat what you did last year?
Oh my God! Can you imagine if Baker comes out and does Baker things and throws picks and stuff, and they lose this game to Washington? Oh, that would be bad. That'd be bad. Rams at Lions. I have Detroit.
You have what?
I got Detroit by 10. 30-20. I got the Lions.
I got the Rams by 3.
Now
30-27.
30-27. Gotcha. Now to the game that everybody wants to see for some reason. The Jets 49ers. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. We lost Larry for a second. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. I can't believe I'm gonna do this. I got the Jets. I can't believe I'm doing this to myself. I'm doing this to the Jets. You know what? I'm just gonna I don't even care no more. You know what I'm gonna do here? I got the Jets winning this game 24-17. Aaron Rodgers throws for 312, 3 touchdowns. I got the Jets. Only because, listen, I'm going to give the Jets one opportunity here. Larry, we've heard all this talking in the offseason. All this blubber, blah, blah, blah. I'm giving them one chance. One chance. And one chance only. If they come out lay an egg here, I'm not picking them again.
I think either way, if the Jets win or lose this game, they are going to be the main topic on ESPN Get Up on Monday morning.
Definitely. Because it ain't going to be the Cowboys. Because I'm telling you, like everybody wants to talk about the Cowboys and this and that. Man, there's more intriguing games than Dallas Cleveland, in my opinion. Yeah. Especially this game coming up on Tuesday morning. So that's just how it is.
Absolutely. I'm going to go with you. I'm going to pick the Jets. It's going to be a very tough one, and I think that a lot of people are looking at is the Jets' run game. You got Breece Hall and then this new kid from Wisconsin, Braylon Allen. I think that they are going to make some noise. Plus, what you got the weapons out there and the receivers and Garrett Wilson. I got the Jets, but it's going to be close and it's going to be very defensive.
Yeah. Now, are you picking the Jets like I am because you're just tired of hearing the noise and like, hey, look, prove it. We keep hearing about Aaron Rodgers and what he's doing in training camp. Prove it to us, guys. Yeah. Like that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at with the Jets. We've heard all these excuses. Now, if he comes out and looks like Russell first year in Denver, he's not gonna get the same criticism because he's Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? So, and I get it. I understand it. Even though I think Russell's a Hall of Famer, he's not Aaron because what Aaron's done in Green Bay, multiple time MVP, blah blah blah. But I just want to see it. And then the Jets really. But here's the only problem with the Jets that I'm looking at. Hassan Reddick's not there yet, man.
That's crazy.
Hassan Reddick's not there. And see, but that's on the Jets. That's on the Jets. I'm going to tell you why. They lost their best pass rusher to the Philadelphia Eagles. Basically, it was almost a trade, but it wasn't a trade. If you're Hassan Reddick, you told the Jets knew. If you trade for this guy, you're going to have to sign him to a contract. That's the deal. But then Joe Douglas didn't want to do it. Joe Douglas wanted to act stupid about the entire situation. So, in my opinion, Larry, the Jets are almost getting what they deserve right now, but it's all on this man right here. We've heard his name all offseason. We've heard about Aaron Rodgers. We've heard about this. We've heard about that. You got to go out and prove it. So, with that being said, Larry, let's go to one of our last few segments where we tell somebody that they need to shut the hell up.
I need you to shut the hell up for the immediate future.
Larry, who do you want to shut the hell up?
You know where you go. Well, I think.
Oh, mine is easy. The Jets. I need the Jets to shut the hell up. I need the Jets to stop talking so much. Stop telling us how good they are, blah, blah, blah. You got it on September the 9th. You can go out there and prove it, my friends. You can go out there and prove why you are the best team in the league. You can prove this that Aaron Rodgers' Achilles no longer matters. Shut the hell up to New York Jets and all their talking.
You know who I want to shut the hell up? The Chargers fan base.
Thank you.
About Harbaugh.
Hallelujah.
Harbaugh. Yeah, I know Harbaugh has improved everywhere he went. But no buts. It just takes time. It's not going to be in his first season. Just give it time. They will be a run first team. It will not be nothing like what they've been used to. But just shut the hell up, man. Just let it play out. I'm tired of hearing it. You ain't won nothing. You ain't won nothing.
Yeah. And weren't they the same team that tried to buy a championship a few years ago? And how'd that turn out?
Yeah.
Yep. Now, before we go tell the world how we feel, let's go to this other. Trent Williams is going to be back with the 49ers, finalizing the deal. So he's back with the 49ers. Trent Williams, again, back with the San Francisco 49ers. What do you think about Trent Williams being back with the 49ers?
It's about damn time.
Yeah, it took long enough, didn't
it? This, along with Brandon Ayuk, these are moves that should have been already taken care of instead of the week, instead of a couple of days before the season starts. It's the same thing for the Jets. You traded for this guy. Get it done. You know what you were getting into when you traded for him. Get it done.
Yep. Yeah, it's time to tell the world how we feel. Tell the world how you feel, Larry. You ain't got to be sports related. It can be whatever you want. Tell the world how you feel, brother, man.
Man, y'all better start paying attention to baseball. This is the stretch right here. What are we, September 3rd?
Mm-hmm.
All the way to the rest of September. You know, you got the rest of the way to October. Postseason be here before you know it. You better get into baseball. So that's all I gotta say.
September 10th, Harris versus Trump. I don't give a damn about who's performing. Larry, I don't give a damn who's performing. I don't give a damn what celebrity. I'm being serious. I don't give a damn what celebrity is there. I don't care if people are clapping, dancing, making greens in the tub. I don't care if people are putting up walls, going to big rallies. I don't care about any of that. You know what I care about? I care about policy. I want to see somebody talk about policy. I want to see somebody talk about the economy. All that other bull job, I don't care about that. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're a man, a woman, or whatever the hell you are. Fix America. I don't give a damn what you are. Indian, black, white, Native American. I don't really give a damn. I don't care if you look like me. It's irrelevant. Because there's a lot of people like me that hurt me all the time. That's overrated. I don't care if you look like me. I want you to get it done. Help America. Fix America. All that other bullshit, yeah, I'm cursing. All that other bullshit, I don't care about it. Fix America. Debate for America. Now get out of our faces.
It's caught in the cross.